Hi, my name's Phil from the webdesignerscompany.com, which is part of the Avalon Publishing Group. If you're looking to get a website designed, it's quite a minefield because there's so many different companies out there offering various different services at different prices. So what I want to do for you today is just show you some things that you really need to make sure are present on a website, and more specifically show you what we will actually do for you if you decide to go with our designs. Now, the very first thing we will do is we will give you a free consultation and gather some information from you, because you can't just have a one-size-fits-all website. We need to make sure that your website is designed specifically to suit your market and your customers, because you don't want a website that is just purely going to be a static sort of brochure just listing your basic details. You actually want to ensure that your website is going to run alongside your business and pre-warm your visitors and prospects to your products and services before they pick up the phone and call you, so that the website does all the heavy lifting so that you don't have to do any selling. They're already pre-sold on your ideas before they reach you. And that's basically how we're very different to most of the website design companies out there. They will look at it from purely an aesthetic point of view, how sort of attractive it looks, whereas I come from a marketing background and business consultancy. In fact, if I just show you, I've got a book here on Amazon that I've got published on business consultancy and marketing, and I'm not showing you that just to brag, but just to show you that we're hitting it from another angle that is more concentrating on making sure that your website is going to perform for you. It's going to bring in leads and convert those leads into customers, which is what a website should be all about. So one of the things that we will find out from you when we do your consultation is the sort of important things like what you want your main customer to be, your sort of bread and butter sort of services that's going to bring you in the money, or even the products. So I just want to show you a couple of different examples that we've done from clients that we've worked for. So in this scenario here, a banner is actually very important. Again, you can't have a one-size-fits-all. It's very important that you identify the things that you want to connect with your visitors, so that as soon as they land on your page, they're not going to be hitting the back button. So you've got on average up to 7 seconds to grab their attention before they hit that back button. So in this particular instance, you see this is a pest control site. I asked this guy, well, what is the main sort of things that you need to target? And he said in the summer it tends to be things like wasp nests, and in the winter it's things like rats and other sort of rodents. So it might seem a bit obvious, but the first thing I needed to make sure we had on here was a nice picture of a wasp and a rat. And because I knew the eye then would naturally be drawn to this area, we've made sure that we've got a very strong call to action here. It's very important to have a call to action so that people, whatever you want them to do, whether it's email you or call you, you need to have that in a predominant place so it's easy for them to find. Something else that's very important with banners is if you've got something that makes your company unique, sort of sets them aside from your competition, you need to make sure that that is clearly visible as well. So with this particular company, you can literally call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and for that area they were quite unique, so we made sure that this is right in the middle. Also, they provide a discount for OAP, so we've made sure that that is above the fold. And by above the fold, what I mean is everything that you can see on the screen before you have to scroll down, and also because they're not VAT registered, then there's no VAT charge, so it means they're quite competitive as well. Eye tracking is another important aspect. People will naturally look at the top and then down the right hand side of a website first of all. So anything important that you want to bring to their attention, you need to make sure that are in those sort of in those areas. It's the same reason why people naturally walk into a shop, they tend to gravitate to the right hand side. It's just part of human nature. We make sure that any images that you have are not just random images, but they again are designed to make the connection with the visitor, to make them feel that they have landed on exactly the right website and going to provide them with what they want. but on top of that, it can be used to give your company a bit of transparency and give them a feeling that they know you before they pick up the phone. So this is why I've got pictures of the people that work here. I've got a picture of the little dog there, and the sort of equipment that they use, depending on your business, of course, it might be that you want to have photos of showing the people actually doing the job itself. So in this case here, we can see the guy actually performing some sort of pest control activities there. If it was something like a solicitor's, then it would be very important to have pictures of the actual lawyers themselves, so again, people don't feel intimidated. They can sort of see what they're going to be coming across when they come to you. If it was a restaurant, then the obvious thing would be to have pictures of the food to sort of whet their appetite. Videos are also very good. It could be a live action video, or it could be a sort of a promotional video. The nice thing about videos is they're a lot more engaging. You can get a lot more information across in a smaller amount of time. And don't forget, with the sort of next generation being brought up on YouTube videos, people seem to like watching videos more than reading reams and reams of text. On top of that, if you host your video on YouTube, your website will get a little bit of a boost from Google, because Google actually owns YouTube, and it means you can enjoy some extra free traffic, because of course you can get traffic from YouTube linking back to your website. Something else that you might want to consider is having something like a data capture, because a lot of people, depending on the price of the service or product, need to be exposed to that product up to 7 times before they will actually purchase. So one strategy you can use is to gather their name and email in return for some sort of downloadable report. And the report should be designed in a way that it educates them and will cite you as the natural solution to that problem, or whatever the case may be. Once you've got their email, then it means you can do a mini email campaign, sort of drip feeding emails to them, so that you're exposing them to your products. And it means later on you've got an easy means of contacting them again, so that you can promote to existing customers. And as you probably know, existing customers are the easiest people to promote other products and services to. If your industry is a bit more sort of commodity based, so something like pest control, for example, people would typically just want to know, how much it costs, who to call, and what you deal with. So a lot of people get frustrated when they can't find prices on a website, so don't be afraid to just have it in a very predominant area. If that is probably the main thing that they want to find out, just have it listed in black and white so they can actually see, or black and red in this case. Now Twitter, you've probably heard a lot about Twitter. If used correctly, Twitter can be very powerful. One good thing about Twitter is it's a very easy way to create fresh content which gets sort of syndicated on your website and to other social media sites. But the other thing as well is it again, it gives that sort of extra transparency to your business, so they can actually see you in operation, giving them that impression that they know you beforehand. So in this case, we can see a couple here went to treat a wasp nest in the attic, got dive bombed by bats. First hornet's nest of the season, shame to treat such a stunning insect, but unfortunately the customer afraid of allergic reaction. So again, you can see it's just giving you a sort of a fly on the wall peek at that business, and building a bit of character for this person here, so that you feel that you know them. And remember, when you know people, that can lead to trust, and then trust leads to sales. A quick little tip, by the way: if you've got any testimonials, any good testimonials, don't bury them away on a sort of a hidden page. They are something that you might want to have on your front page as well. And rather than just, you can't make up testimonials, but rather than just having the usual, I was happy with this service and it was very quick, etc. What you want to try and do is think of any objections that your prospects might have as to why they wouldn't buy from you. So if it was a solicitor's, it could be that they're worried that it's too expensive, or that they won't understand the terminology. And then you would just shape your testimonial, so that it would be something like, I was a bit concerned that I wouldn't be able to afford a solicitor and I wouldn't understand what they were talking about. However, I was pleasantly surprised that the fees were a lot lower, and in fact even ended up saving me money, and the partners and associates were very approachable. Okay, so you can see how that's a lot more powerful than just the usual kind of testimonials that people use. So I hope that information was useful to you. If you would like a website designed by us, then give us a call on 0208 123 0664, or we've got a mobile number here. The website is thewebdesignerscompany.com, and I'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you.